And welcome back, Pete, from that break. We are here in the JJ Zone, Join the Journey Radio. Today, talking about how not to be a butthead. I had to get cute with this, right? I just had to get cute with it. And because what we're talking about being a butthead is somebody who, doesn't resist the yeah buts that's in his head or her head, as the case may be. You know, and the yeah buts are, those lines of thinking, reasoning that come into our heads whenever we're trying to move too far out of our status quo, move too far out of our comfort zone, move too far out of that place where our brain thinks that we're safe. And, the yeah buts come, and it's so easy to surrender to the yeah but because it represents a natural inclination. But, as I was saying in the monologue, you know, every um, every surrender to natural inclination is simply a vote to stay average. And you aggregate enough votes to stay average, and guess what? You ain't going to have more than a mediocre existence. You're not going to have your best life. If you want your best life, you need to be making different choices. You need to be fighting against the yeah, but. And the way to do it is, like I was saying in the monologue, you come to this place where, you know, you understand what's going to happen. Like you get in a certain situation and you anticipate the yeah, but that's going to come. And then you predetermine a response and say, okay, when the yeah, but shows up, this is what I'm going to do. When the yeah, but happens, this is how I'm going to respond. And you write that down, or as we were saying in the previous segment of the program, get an accountability partner, tell a friend or a loved one, someone you trust, and say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I've got this situation, and when it comes, I get the yeah, but, and so I'm going to respond to the yeah, but with XYZ. And so when that a trigger actually happens, you get the yeah, but, and then inside your mind it triggers, hey, I need to shape up here because I'm going to be held accountable by this person that I told all this to. And so that can be very helpful for some people. Other people, it's just simply writing it down. Okay. But doing one or the other, okay, you need to do something more with that intention than just say it to yourself in your head, because what you want to do is burn that into your brain. You want to sear your mind with this notion of what it is you're going to do, so that when that moment actually comes, you're far, far more likely to actually do it. So yeah, there you go. And when that moment actually comes, you follow through with your intention. If you do that enough times, then you've got a new habit that gets triggered every time the yeah but comes. And in this segment of the program, I wanted to talk a little bit about some yeah buts that are specific to LDS singles. Now, you know, um, I want to caution here that the first one that I have is not specific to LDS singles, but to singles in general. But hey, the singles are single, so it applies. And the first yeah but that we're going to look at is about dating. You get this idea, okay? So let's say uh, you know, a, a man has this desire to ask this particular woman out on a date, and what's the yeah but that comes into that? Okay, once the brain's trigger senses that, hey, we're going to move outside of our comfort zone by asking this woman out. Okay, the yeah but start up. I mean, you haven't even actually done anything, right? I mean, all you've done is experience this intention, this inclination to move outside of the status quo. But that's all you need for the yeah, but to get triggered and pop up in your head. Yeah, but you're out of her league. Yeah, but she'd never say yes to you. Yeah, but fill in the blank. I mean, whatever else. I mean, hey, you know what? I mean, you know what's filling in your blank. We've all experienced this. And on the opposite side, um, well, I guess, the women, when they have like a Sadie's Hawkins dance or something like that, where they're actually doing the asking, they could experience the same thing. They could experience exactly the same thing. But normally, where you're dealing with a situation where it's the expectation that the man is supposed to ask out the woman still has yeah buts popping up in her head, right? Because, you know, provided the invitation's extended, she's going to have, yeah, I mean, you could accept that invitation, but you really want to be with this guy? I mean, this guy's not, this guy's got some issues. He's not perfect. He's not, over 6 feet. He doesn't, you know, look like He-Man, and he's not, super loaded. He's not rich, and he doesn't even own a car. And the list can go on and on. You know, it's just all of these things. They come to us, right? We have to face these yeah buts. So, it goes either way, but the way that you face that is by deciding, what your response going to be. Go back to what we were saying in the monologue and in the previous segment of the program. Go back to what is the response that you want to give when that yeah but comes. So if you're a man, thinking about asking this woman out, and it comes up to be like, yeah, but she's out of your league. How could you respond to that? Well, there's many different ways you could respond to it. Let's just take one example. Let's just say you could say, yeah, but I don't really know. Yeah, but she's out of your league. Well, it's like, well, I don't really know she's out of my league until I try to ask her out. And even then, you don't really know, right? Or you could respond with saying, we say, yeah, but she's out of your league. You say, well, she may be out of my league, but it's what I want. And nothing's going to change for me unless I take action. So I'm taking action. I'm going to ask her out. I mean, there's all different ways you could respond to this, but whatever way you decide works for you. Okay. Whatever response works for you that gets you moving forward and gets you putting into a place where you're actually taking action, right? You want to either write it down or tell somebody else about it. Okay. To generate that sense of accountability, to burn it into your brain that when that trigger comes, you're gonna actually do it. Okay. So now you go and you ask her out. She may say yes, she may say no. Like a lot of this has to do with presentation and how you approach it, right? Because a lot of it's gonna create the perception in the woman of whether or not you're agreeable enough. And we've talked about so many times before on the program. With women, they think with that emotional logic, and an emotional logic framework. If it makes you feel good, you accept it. If it doesn't make you feel good, you reject it. So the idea is to ask her out in a way that makes her feel good. And she's more likely to accept your proposal. If you ask her out in a way that doesn't make her feel good, then yeah, you know, you're up chocolate creek without a popsicle stick, as the gingerbread man from Shrek would say. you know, it's just not going to happen. So yeah, I mean that it's really no more complicated than that. Okay. Now, what's another yeah but that could show up for LDS singles? Well, just think about like the different things that, you know, LDS singles would encounter. I've got one, something that came up. I've actually been thinking about this recently because, I mean, in my stake, there are no stake reps. And so, um, I keep hoping against hope that, I mean, I'm told that leadership is working on it, but, you know, for the over 3 years that I've lived in this stake, I haven't seen any action. I haven't seen any results. So, I keep, I just hoping that something's going to happen. Yeah, something could happen, but actually, there's no yeah but for that because that is status quo, right? That's what the yeah but's designed to do is keep us in the status quo. So the thought I had about this recently was, okay, clearly, this isn't moving. I want results. If I'm going to get results, I mean, I can wait all day on these people, right? Why am I waiting? I mean, I need to take control. I need to take charge. I need to make things happen. So I'm not waiting on single reps to show up before, we start planning activities and start getting people together and building this community of support, which really should have been built all this time, but hasn't been because, you know, everybody's waiting for something to happen. I'm not going to wait anymore. Okay. I'm going to start taking action. Yeah, but you don't know enough people to get everybody out. Or, yeah, but you kind of running grain here. I mean, shouldn't you wait for leadership to take charge of this? Yeah, but that might be too hard for you. There may be some challenges here that you're just not aware of. Yeah, but you might be, putting yourself out of the frying pan and into the fire. I mean, the list of yeah buts can go on. You know, I don't listen to it. I just give myself a predetermined response. It's like if I don't act, nothing's going to happen, right? Because the results come from one thing and one thing only, and that's action. I want results, and I'm tired of waiting around for, whatever it is that's holding things up to get resolved. I'm tired of that. I don't want it anymore. I'm taking action. I want something different because the status quo is unacceptable. You could actually use that as a response for any yeah, but in any situation. The status quo is unacceptable. We're doing this because the way things have always been done are only going to give us what we've always had, and that's unacceptable. We want different. We want better. We want more. We want our best life. So, charge out with that. That's something you can actually use to respond to any situation with. And now I'm looking at the clock and thinking, okay, now here's a situation I need to respond to. We need to take a break. Yeah, but we. I love it. Yeah. Okay, we're taking that break now. I'll see you on the other side.